Okay, we just got patch notes for global, and my my theory went to the water. I just read the first line. You can already read it. New hero added SSR, the boar sin of gluttony, great mage Merlin. If you didn't know, let me open Twitter in the side, or else something might pop up that I don't want to show. Hideki had leaked the Merlin banner a few days ago. Where is it? And I thought, oh, maybe, okay, because he had also leaked, was it after? I think it was, the King event coming up for Global. I thought maybe they would drop Merlin with King in like a week or so, or maybe 2 weeks, because she is like really good for it, so maybe they want to drop both the events simultaneously, so people would want to summon for Merlin to beat King, but it wasn't the case. Dropping tomorrow. Right now, I do want to say, if you still have gems left, if you have not summoned for Ban, summon for Ban. Because we were hoping this week would be Hellbrim, but they just don't want Hellbrim in the game. I guess Hellbrim is never gonna come to global. Hellbrim will be a GP exclusive, you know. But yeah, so if you have gems left, go on the Ban banner right now before update drops and summon for him. I would just say do that. It should be fair. Yeah, because maybe you're not gonna have coins. If you want, you can summon for Merlin. Ban should go to the coin shop. If not, okay. Growth support event. Oh, they're gonna drop the this. Okay. Clear fort soldiers and get growth support tickets and get rewards. Okay. The Fort Solgriz is the speed engine, the special engine. So you can get 3 SSR penance, 10 SSR penance, 20 of each demon thing. Okay, that's pretty neat. You can get 50 a day. Okay, so you can get 1 SSR pen in 1 day. I'm assuming you can only get 1 a day. That's how they usually do it. Okay, so that's pretty neat. You can get some items. Actually, JP never had this, where you actually get from the... Nah, JP has had different ones. Not this one specifically. Unless... No, JP always has a random one. When we have events on JP, it's always random. So you get like the coins, right? The equivalent of these tickets. And then you do like a roulette and you get a random thing. But at the same time, you can also get everything. So yeah, so you can just exchange. That's pretty neat. Get SSR pens, full weakening bundle, blah blah. Chat system changes. In-game UI change, blah blah blah. Knighthood improvements. Add a feature to continuously change the awaken item perks. It will just add the amount of currency to be consumed, emeralds, diamonds. It will just have a limitation to continuous change amount. Okay. Added weapon costumes for... Oh, okay. They are already adding rings to Elizabeth. So Elizabeth on GP only got weapons actually like last month. So it took 7 months for her to get a weapon, but on global they're already adding for her. That's pretty neat. This edition of free costume, blah blah. Okay. New bundles: SSR weapon, SSR equipment enhancement, Elizabeth Stample bundle. Okay. Hero stat changes. Okay, so they're buffing some characters. Oh. Is this a buff JP never had or something? It might be. I don't know. It might be a buff GP never had, but they're buffing stats for... these are the SR Housers. Housers getting an extra defense and HP. Grimoire is getting extra stats. Hendrickson, Dreyfus, Slater. Wait, I can actually check. So, if I go in the SR Housers, let me see if JP has already had this patch. Okay, the JP had already had this patch. Okay. Interesting. So they launched global without that. Okay. Yeah, so this is a thing JP had already had. Interesting. In the events, okay. People were overreacting, thinking Ban was never gonna go to the coin shop or something. Of course he's going to the coin shop. Adventurer Ban maybe added to the... Oh, he's not now? Yikers. But he will be at a later time. Don't say May. He will be. he will be added to a later time. Why? Why would you not put him right now? But yeah, Bon's gonna go to the coin shop so you can pick him up later. Again, if you're watching this before the patch drops, I would summon for Bon, because he is just right now better than Merlin, and you can get some coins in there. If you don't, I wish Helbram was his banner, because what they are doing is they're dropping a coin shop unit, so everyone might skip to buy him in the coin shop, right? But instead of dropping a banner unit next, they're like, oh, you're gonna skip this banner? You're gonna have to skip another one if you actually just want to get the units from the coin shop. They're not allowing us to skip Bon, summon for Helbram, get coins by summoning for Helbram, and buy Bon later. I don't like that. Okay. Miscellaneous Heroes Way achievements UI changes. Oh, this wasn't a thing on Global? This was not a thing on Global, that's interesting. 1000 combat class. If you don't know, if you use a link buddy that changes your ultimate, like of course if you're using, let's say, Bon, right? And you put King because he's an associate like special, right? You get an extra 1000 combat class for that. That wasn't a thing on Global. Interesting. I don't know when they did that on JP. Add the ability to toggle the ultimate move display during battle. That's pretty neat. That's a thing JP has, is pretty good. If you do not draw tickets in the storage, the relevant draw screen does not display. That's a thing JP also already has. Coin shop UI changes, okay. Yeah, all in all, they didn't drop in any new chapters, which is okay. They dropped chapter 6, 6.5 very fast, so them not dropping anything right now doesn't matter. I'm just really, man, I don't know. It's interesting that it's able to be able to set the amount of currency to be consumed. Because is it the, because on JP, I keep saying on JP, just because these things already happen on JP that we're getting on Global, right? Most of these things. But we had this option where you can set what you want to reroll for in the gear. I should have had JP open real quick. I'm going to open JP real quick. Okay, so I open JP, and let's say I want to reroll this gear, right? This R gear. So I can click here, and I'll set, I want HP for 2.8 or more. I wanted to only reroll for gold, and I click here, and the game will like start rerolling forever until it gets what I want. Is this the patch that we're getting? Because the wording is very strange. As you can see, it just keeps going automatically. I don't have to click anything. It just keeps rerolling for me until it gets what I want, which is a really good update. It's a really good update. I wonder if, okay, I can stop now. I wonder if that's the patch. The wording is very strange because where was it? It was more at the top here. Able to set the amount of currency to be consumed in those diamonds. I don't know. I hope it is, because I was rerolling gear on Global, and God, after having that on JP for like, I think we only had it for a month now at this point. After having that on JP, I can't reroll gear without this. It's just so much better. But yeah, just going over what Merlin does, in case you don't know. Merlin's really good. I use her on PvP. That's the thing, like, she's really good. I use her on my main ungeared PvP team. It's just that being a coin shop unit is what really turns me off. I'm not summoning for her, personally. I'm not summoning for her. It would be an easy summoning video. I'd get like pretty good views, but I don't want to. I don't want to waste my gems on her because I know I can buy her from the coin shop. And I hope Bon takes like just a week. He should be in the coin shop this week. I don't know if the wording there implies that he's not, and he's gonna be coming like in a week or so, which is stupid. He should be in the coin shop right now after his banner leaves, because the first coin shop unit that had a banner on JP was Red Escanor, and Red Escanor, he was in the coin shop at the same time that his banner was up. They dropped the banner and they dropped him in the coin shop at the same time. It was different because they dropped him in a banner with other 3 units, which were Dina Meliodas, the green one, Blue Jericho, and Red Elizabeth. And I guess they only dropped it in the coin shop because they were like, oh, if people were to summon in the banner, they would summon for the other units, and that's going to be there as a bonus, so he can be in the coin shop. Now with Global, it's like, these effigies, they're separate banners. But they're also doing on JP, right? When they dropped Derriere, they dropped both of them in a banner. They're both Derriere and Estarossa. They dropped them in the banner, and then one of them is a coin shop, which was green, the green one in this case, and one of them is summonable. And when the banner leaves, the green one instantly goes to the coin shop, because she was supposed to be the coin shop here, right? Now with Estarossa it was different, but it was for another reason. With Estarossa, the green one was the coin shop, which is the better one, and he took like 2 weeks to go to the coin shop, but it was because they were changing the coin shop. So I guess they wanted to change it first, and when the update dropped, it was when they introduced him in the coin shop. But it's just so odd that they're not putting Ban already, because that's what it implies with that wording, right? And I don't like that. I really don't like that. But yeah, so Merlin's pretty good. She depletes ult gauge, and she has a shield. But most importantly, the one thing that makes her great is this passive. It doesn't seem like it's so good, but she fills the ult gauge by 1 of all the allies. That works in the 4th slot. So what I do is I have King in the front, Gopher, and Estarossa, and use her in the back. Now that works for so many different team composures. You can be using, right now in Global, right? If you sign for her, you could use King, DN, and someone else, and use ult food and Merlin in the back. If you go second, you start with 3 ult gauge. The ult gauge for going second, the ult gauge from the food, and the ult gauge from Merlin. So you start with 3 ult gauge. And it's so busted. Like the combination of all those things end up being really strong, especially if your teams focus on ultimates, which teams that focus on ultimate tend to be really good. they just are. They just are. So she's a really good unit. Not for, I don't know if it's worth summoning for it though, because she is a sneaky good unit. She's not like Ban. Ban right now, if you pull him, you're just gonna wreck PvP. Merlin, if you pull her, she's gonna be the 4th slot. She's gonna be helping with her, the ult gauge, but right now you can use Red Elizabeth in the back, which is really solid. You can use Gilfunder in the back, which is really solid. You don't need Merlin. So, just add Ban to the coin shop already, okay? Don't. They're gonna take a week. They are. I don't even know what's gonna come next week. It should be fair. I hate telling people to skip banners because I know people have the itch to summon. But in this game, this is not a summoning game like Dokkan, right? This is a you build your characters, you build your team, so you can skip banners. I skip a lot of banners personally, even though I'm pay to play, just because a lot of banners are not worth summoning on. I think Merlin's an easy skip. Ban is a great unit, so I think if you're watching and his banner still up summon for him, it's weird because they didn't say that he will be in the pool in this whole thing, right? Let me real quick. So in the when Merlin left, right, Red Merlin, it says that she'll be added to the draw heroes, but there's nothing about that with the Ban. They don't say anything about that, unless I'm stupid. They don't say anything about that, which it's weird because in the freaking text on his banner it says that he will be added to the draw events. So I guess he will be maybe added. Maybe he'll be added to the coin shop and the banners after the patch notes. I don't know. It's so confusing. What are they doing with Global? It's so confusing, man. I ended up with less information reading the patch notes than before reading the patch notes. I don't know. Sad times. I don't know.